I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and today I'm going to show you how to cook southern braised pork button bones. Now, these are kind of little riblets, so to speak. They just sometimes are called different things in the store. Now, these are about 2 kilograms worth, and this is going to feed about 3 or 4 people for 2 days. I would like, if I'm going to go to all this effort and wait all this time to get these things done, then I want to make sure that I have enough for leftovers. It's fantastic. Okay. First things first, I'm going to make myself a spice rub and wash my hands. Okay, these are going to the side. I'm going to make myself a nice rub. Now, my southern rubs, I like them to be slightly sweet, salty, and savory. All the 3 S's, okay? So I have probably for all of those, I have 3 heaping tablespoons of brown sugar. That's my base. That's what I like to start with. The next staples you want to add are salt and pepper. I'm going to add about 1½ teaspoons of black pepper and 1½ teaspoons of salt. If you want to, you can freshly grind your pepper, and that'd be a nice addition. Okay, I'm gonna get 1 nice teaspoon of ground mustard. Now, I like to use the sweet smoked paprika, but since we have so much nice brown sugar in there, I'm going to use some hot smoked paprika today. I'm gonna use 1 heaping teaspoon, and maybe 1/4. That's my spice for the dish. A couple of dashes of cumin. Sometimes I like to add some ancho chili powder. Feel free to do that. Today I'm going to add just a little smidgen of gumbo filet, and we're good to go. I'm just going to mix this around with my fingers. Man, that smells so nice. You could do an Asian style rub. You can do any kind of rub you like. You could add some nice ginger in there. That's just what I want, so let me get a little taste. Exactly what I want. Okay. So next thing's next. I'm going to coat these beautiful pork button ribs with this with spice rub. So I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff out of my way. I'm just going to use another casserole container. That'll help me get some of this rub into these bones. Okay. Now I'm going to be somewhat generous. This is very spicy, and I'm going to lay them nice and flat in another dish, oven-proof dish. Try and make the layers as even as possible. They don't have to be completely soaked in this either. I just want to season them mostly. Well, I guesstimated how much rub I need. I need to make a little bit more rub. I still have some more left, and I will need them covered. So there you go. I've done about 12 of them. That covered about 12. Well, I'm going to make another batch of this spice rub, and I'm not mad at that either because it's pretty tasty, and we're going to keep that going for a while. I'm going to save some on the side for different things throughout the week.
Yeah, it'd be good to have some handy.
I think so. We definitely won't need it all, but I've been keeping it separate so that it's not contaminated by the pork, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here you go, Mommy. Get to see it again. You guys don't need to see it again, but Mom will. Okay, Mom's going to taste my rub right quick.
Mm.
And then you get the heat at the end, right?
It's a really nice rub.
It's tasty.
Nice and spicy and sweet.
But I mean, it's spicy.
And the mustard is so good in there.
It's very noticeably spicy, but it has just a nice heat at the end,
yeah,
too.
It's not spicy, but it does give you just a tang. A little titch of heat. Because
of the brown sugar in there. It really sweetens it up and really changes things.
It's really good.
You like that? Okay, good.
We can use that on anything.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I made some extra, Mommy.
And it's smoky.
Yes. So I'm just going to put some in the bottom, and we're going to finish these guys up. Don't they look nice? Look at how beautiful. Look at how the spices are all melting in there. Oh, I love that. All right. These are nice bones, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Got some nice meat on there.
Oh, yes. There's enough there for 2 days.
9, 10, 11, 12.
I don't have to cook on Sunday.
But I'm not coating the whole thing either. I don't think it's necessary to like totally inundate it. I think it just needs to be
It's not like
spiced
you're making
up.
a crust on them.
That's right. So I have 2 nice layers. This is my last one, and this is about 15 of these bad boys. So that's, you know, can serve 5 people. So it'll comfortably for between the
Five or
three
six
of us.
people. 5 or 6 people.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So between the three of us, that'll be dinner and another dinner, or lunch, or something like that. So that's 5 of them right there. Or sorry, 15. Perfect, beautiful double layer.
Beautiful.
Naya? All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a card from my mom's deck, and I'm going to put 2 whole cloves, 1 on each side, just for a little extra je ne sais quoi that tastes like my mom's kitchen. Because we're going to add some liquid to this, and we're going to let this braise for about 1 hour and a quarter at least in the oven with some foil on top.
I was just going to ask you if you're putting a bay leaf.
You already know. So the bay leaves are going in as well. I'm going to put one more here.
They're so flavorful.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you put bay leaves in, it gets to taste so savory.
I concur.
It's so great.
I concur. Okay, so the next thing's next is I'm going to put some liquid in. And you can use whatever kind of liquid you want. What would be really nice in here would be some beer.
Beer? Yes. Coca-Cola?
Beer. Coke would go nice. Even a nice red wine would be nice. Today we're just using water. You can use tea if you like. We would often do that. And I want about 1/4 of an inch of water in this pan. So I'm just pouring it all around, and I think that's pretty good. That'll even out all here in a second.
Yeah, because if you run out of water, you just add a little.
Yes, ma'am. So we're going to cover this up with some foil. Okay, so yep, I'm going to cover it with foil. I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. You want to make sure that this is nice and closed up because you want that liquid to stay in there. It's going to braise them nicely. And then at the very end, we're going to broil them up for some beautiful color. And it's going to get some nice beautiful color because it's got that brown sugar on it.
Right.
Nice. So into the oven they go. At least 1 hour and a quarter. Put your timer on.
The house is going to smell so wonderful when that's cooking.
All right, so alongside it, what are we going to serve today? We're going to serve some rice. And I don't know, maybe I'll make some beans.
Beans?
Yep.
Sure.
So you'll see us in a little while, and I'll show you that these pork button bones, they're going to be awesome. Mmm.
They're going to be good.
Okay, so when I take these pork button bones out of the oven, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the liquid. I'm actually probably going to reserve that liquid because it's going to be really tasty. I'll use it for some soup or something like that. But I'm going to pour off the liquid. And then I'm going to baste my pork button bones with some barbecue sauce of some sort. So I'm going to make my own really quick, not like official barbecue sauce, but I'm going to make a nice slather, let's call it, okay? That's what we're going to do. So on my stovetop, I have a small pot. And I'm going to put a little bit of molasses, probably about a tablespoon. A little bit of honey, probably about another tablespoon of that. I'm going to add maybe a ½ teaspoon of mustard. So we got this little honey mustard vibe going on. It's going to be nice and dark and smoky. I'm going to add probably about maybe a teaspoon or 2 of red wine vinegar. Make it a little bit tangy. A little bit of pepper. And for a little bit savory nature, I'm going to add a little bit more of this spice rub that I made earlier. A couple pinches, just to round out those flavors. I'm going to whisk it all up. I might need a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit more molasses and a little bit more honey, because there's a lot of pork riblets there. Now, I don't want them soaked in it either. I just want to glaze them with it. That's a nice dark color. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's a nice dark color. I'm just going to heat that through so that everything is well combined. Mom's going to taste it for us. Nice little spoonful. And just that quick. That's perfect. Perfect. There you go. It's almost plummy. It's a little bit tangy. It's nice and sweet, but you wouldn't say, oh, it's just all sugar.
Right. Vinegar,
beautiful.
The vinegar cuts that.
Yep. Now, if you wanted to, you can add some hot sauce to it or some even spicier things, but I think I'm going to leave it because that spice rub was nice and spicy, and it's going to be coated still with that, so sit tight and check them first. I couldn't go with maple syrup on you guys, all Canadian today. I said they're southern braised ribs. I can show you the color a little better here like this. See that? There you go. So I'm just going to reduce that slightly. Okay, These pork button bones have been in the oven for about an hour and 30 minutes now, just because we're baking other things, doing all kinds of stuff. Be careful taking off the foil. Steam is going to come everywhere, as you can see. Open it from your furthest side away from you. Boy, these look nice. Mom, want to come look at them? Now, my goal here is to see if they're falling off the bone slightly. And I'm just going to jiggle them around just to see. Now, the ones on the bottom definitely are. We're just going to move these guys around a little bit. And I'm going to put them back in the oven for just a little while longer to get these top ones nice and done. What do you think?
Yes,
oh, the ones from the bottom are beautiful.
It's worth taking the extra time to make sure they're all falling off the bone.
Ribs have to be tender. You can't serve ribs that are not tender. That's just wrong on so many levels. You do not want to do that.
Smells so heavenly.
It sure does. I'm just switching out a couple from the top and from the ones at the bottom here. You have your barbecue sauce ready that you just made, or you can use a purchased one, whatever you want. You could even put plum sauce on it at this point. You could just glaze them with honey and mustard if you want to, but we're looking good here. I'm not mad at all. This liquid is going to be beautiful to save.
Yes.
Okay, this is going back in the oven at 350 degrees. I'm probably going to let it go for maybe another 15 minutes, wouldn't you say?
15,
in the meantime, we're going to bake peanut butter cookies, Mom's peanut butter cookies. So make sure you check out that show because you're going to love those. They're my favorite since I was little. Back in the oven we go. Okay, so these should be done. Let me take out these bones. They shouldn't just be called bones because they're full of meat. Look at those.
Oh, they're beautiful, Kim.
Boy, let's test this here. Let's see how we're going. Yeah, that's just falling right off. Let's see. Here's a piece of meat, Mommy. Want you to try that? Here. I would say they're done enough.
Yeah. They're delicious.
The rub is nice. What a beautiful flavor. Really well-rounded.
Yeah.
Nice and sweet, salty, peppery, spicy. All of what you want. A little bit fatty from those pork ribs. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to drain this fat, so I'm going to transfer these to another container. Okay, so I'm just going to move them over here for one moment. Oh yeah, they're nice and tender. They're all falling off the bone, and that's exactly what you're looking for. Lovely. Now, you don't have to get rid of this liquid. Just for our purposes right now, you do. Like I said, I'm going to keep this so I can make some really great soup in a minute.
Oh boy, do they ever smell good.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to drain this off. Look at that good juice. Oh my goodness. Full of flavor right there. Okay, now this part is going to go really, really fast in the oven. I have preheating the oven on the broil just to get things going. It's going to go on your closest rack to the broiler. You're going to watch it. It's only going to be like 5-6 minutes, and these guys are going to be done. Now, don't forget, I made that really beautiful tangy barbecue basting sauce. I don't even want to say barbecue sauce. It's a basting sauce. And look at how nice it is solidified up because it caramelized a little bit in the pan. It's exactly what I wanted it to do. Okay, so we're going to put these back in the pan. Okay, I might even have to do 2 batches to get them all browned up properly. But here we go. I'm going to make 1 layer. I want to use the same pan because I keep making them dirty, right? So try and recycle these pans. So get yourself a nice even layer on the bottom. Oh, these have lots of meat on them. Well, all right, that's 1 even layer. So I just loosened up my sauce with about 1 teaspoon of tea just to get it a little looser. And I'm just gonna baste these beautiful ribs here, some pork button bones, and they're gonna go in the broiler on high. Now, I like to leave the door ajar on my oven while I do that so that I can easily and quickly look in there and see that everything's okay. These are going to go for about 5 minutes. Keep your eye on them. You want them to be nice and caramelized, but not burnt. Okay, these guys are done. It's exactly what I wanted. I've got this gorgeous sizzling thing going on. They're caramelized on the top. Don't they smell good, Mom?
Oh my goodness, do they ever.
All right, so we're going to serve this up with the Spanish rice. Let me put one of these out here for like that. And also those plantains. We're going to move these out of here and move these in there and do the exact same thing and finish them up. But you guys don't need to see that part. Now these baked buttermilk plantains are going to be just right on the side. Ooh, gorgeous. Look at this plate.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You like that? So there's the Spanish rice, your beautiful pork button bones. They're braised southern pork button bones with the Spanish rice and the baked plantains. Beautiful. You want to try these ribs right quick with me?
Oh, sure.
Well, come on, let's handle that. Cut right into here. Give you a bit of this. Now, if you want, you can serve it with extra sauce. Here, Mom. Try that. What we've been waiting for all day. It comes off the bones just perfect, so easy. As long as you have the time, you can make something as tasty as that. Is that right?
That's so delicious. It's really, really good.
With that rice?
Very nice, Kim. Did a great
There's
job.
just layers of flavor. That rub helped it a lot.
Yes.
Then that long cooking in its own liquid for like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, I think it was. Beautiful. They're falling off the bone. You put this gorgeous, fresh basting sauce on there that's a little bit sweet, a bit tangy, a little bit spicy. Just right.
Just right.
Just
and
right.
you know, these little rib bones are so good.
Flavorful.
And full of flavor. Like, don't hesitate to buy them. You know, you don't always have to buy the big ribs because these things are delicious. They're
Absolutely.
so tender, delicate.
Absolutely. So you want to do that. That's how you do Southern braised pork ribs. So easy. Just need some time. So check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim, E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly and youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly. And my site is cookingwithkimberly.com. That's it. That's all. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, that's yummy.